2008 when you won the World Player of the Year, watch some of the stuff he was doing. It's almost not real. Like, loved the beer. And then, like, an unbelievable professional. Sunday afternoon drink a session. Monday morning, he's straight in, you know, he's either sweating it out in the sauna or he's got the black bin bag on. He was an icon. Then he kind of went astronomical level.
Welcome to Hits Different Ultimate 15, and this is with a man who actually texted me saying, I want a piece of this action, because he didn't like Nick Evans' team and he said he had a better team than Nick Evans. So we're gonna let you be the judge of that, and you can drop your comments in the box below when you obviously like this page, and it's Adam Jones's Ultimate 15. Yeah.
Weirdly, I've picked two front rowers exactly the same as Nick Evans, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
After two are the same. That's fine.
Hating his team, yeah.
Okay. Do you want to start with the big boys?
So I go Lucid.
Yeah.
I've had to go for a New Zealander because I can't pick any of the Welshmans or your man, but Tony Woodcock.
Yeah. You can't argue with that.
Tony Woodcock for me is the best Lucid to play the game. Obviously 2 World Cups and whatnot, but 100 Test match with the All Blacks, World Cup winning try. But an unbelievable scrummager, like from my point of view, an unbelievable scrummager.
Yeah. Nice. So Tony Woodcock number one.
Tony
I
Woodcock.
don't think you could ever argue with that.
It's hard to, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I think there's a couple of years. Bismarck was brilliant.
Yeah.
Kevin Mialamu was brilliant. But I've had a change of heart in probably the last 10 minutes. I'm going to pick our mate.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm going to pick our mate.
He won't watch, he's ignorant, isn't he?
I'll pick our mate, Ibad. I loved it. He was like, he could have gone to rugby league years ago. Very kindred spirits around our training methods and our diet. So we, but like he'd hit people. A genuine like tough boy. Like not, you get.
Yeah, tough.
But he was tough.
Okay, who's the tight end in this trio?
This was it that tough? Probably wasn't that tough, but I'll go Carl Heyman. I show a taller prop now of a video of Heyman from 2005 on YouTube. It was like, look at this, look at this, look at the shape of him, look at the posture, look at his upper body, look what he's doing, look at his angle, all that type of stuff. And even now it's relevant to them. And but him, just a good player. He went to Newcastle, went to Toulon, did very well for himself there. And just brilliant player, brilliant player.
Second rowers, Bob. Who would you like behind you?
Brent Cobain.
Brent Cobain, remember Brent? He's a good boy. Wild. I'll go Al. It was pretty obvious I was going to go Al. Just haven't seen him from like come up as a young kid. He came training with us as a 17-year-old in 2003, and to see him go from, he was obviously he was an icon. Then he kind of went to a sort of astronomical levels of like how much he was revered around the world, and so he'd be my right hand lock. And
awesome.
I played against some good ones when he was, so to have him in there was you think I played Brad Thorne a lot against Shawsey, these type of guys, and Backy's Botha. Yeah. I couldn't pick Backy's Botha because he injured me, but
did he?
Yeah.
I think he's probably injured everybody.
09 Lions tour. On top of them in the scrum. I don't know if he did it on purpose. Yeah. But it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah. It was next to a ruck again. So
it seems to be a common theme. And you have to check it's.
Well, it was our ball, and it was before. It was before counter rucking, really. Yeah. There wasn't really a thing, so I was having a rest, high altitude, which is fair. Dominant in the scrums, and he hit me, man. It was so painful. It was like my shoulder was out like that. I'm like, and they couldn't put it back in, and there's two things. I remember walking off the field, Sean Edwards saying, "You're up, bum." I was like, yeah, "Wonderful, Sean." Yeah. And going in, and Gethin Jenkins had broken his cheekbone at the same time. Yeah. But he was in more pain than me. That was the only saving grace. I was in agony, and this guy was prodding his cheek, and Mellon was like screaming his. That was the only good thing about it.
But he was in more pain.
Yeah, and then I got taken to the hospital, put it back in, missed the third test. But do you remember Lethal Weapon?
Yeah.
You've seen Mel Gibson when he puts his shoulder back in? It wasn't like that. No,
slick.
Yeah, I always thought you just go there, bang against the wall, you'd be fine. Mel's ready to go, but no, it was nothing like that.
Is Backy's Botha your 5 then?
No, right. Not after that. No.
No, good.
It was a toss-up between Matfield, Ali Williams, and O'Connell. I'll go O'Connell. Yeah, again, just not a big man, probably, but like just so physical, good leader.
Yeah.
You know, the Irish boys love a team talk, and you know,
how good were those Paul O'Connell?
They were good because he's got these sort of really pale and he's red and he's, you know, and his eyes kind of go in. Do you know, he's a little bit like, you know, do you ever see Flower?
Yeah.
You know when Flower would like get it all revved up, a little bit like that.
Yeah, got those mad eyes.
But being like 6'5" and like athletic-y, big, not like Flower was a tiny little but he was he was a good player.
It's a good type 5, mate. It's a good type 5. Let's go to the back row bomb. 6, 7 and 8. What's your combo?
This is tough. I've gone 6 JC, Jerry Collins. Unlucky to play against him. Lucky enough to play with him for 2 years.
Yeah,
in the
of course you did. Yeah, of course you did.
Like, it was. We played with. You play teams with the Ospreys, and then you play these French teams, big teams, and you know they not they take liberties, but like not that they. But we signed him, and we signed Philo Tiatia and Marty Holler, and all of a sudden they were less. They weren't taking as many liberties. You got this dude with like the blonde like flat top. And he just like eyeballing up the French players as they walk on the field. You're like, oh, but like weirdly unbelievable professional.
Really,
like loved the beer. Like loved the beer. Like, you know, the stories around the sort of Wales are legendary around him. You know, for certain, you know, different things. But like, and then like an unbelievable professional. Like he would always, you know, whether he was, you know, with a bit of a Sunday afternoon drinking session, Monday morning he's straight in. You know, he's either sweating it out in the sauna, or he's got the black bin bag on, or he's doing sunning in the gym, you know. So he was, you know, just get rid of the night before, and brilliant to have around. You know, there's a story back home. I think he was in a place called Llantrisant, which is just kind of west of Cardiff, and he was in a pub there. Like there was so many stories of him being in random places around Wales where you think aren't true, and you think he'd turn up on a Sunday afternoon in Bilthwells or Llandrydno Wells or Rhyadr, or like and you think they're not true, but they're actually all true. and it was so random, like it was, and he'd be there, like he'd be with Balders. Balders would be like his chauffeur or Bernie or these type of guys, and there was, I think there's a story in Llantrisant where there was like either a big rugby match on or a football match on Sunday afternoon. He's in the pub in Llantrisant. Have you got a TV? Because he wanted to watch it, and he said, "Oh no, it's broken." He drives or gets someone to drive him down to the Tesco's in Llantrisant, buys like a 50-inch TV, brings it to the pub. They put it up on the wall and just watches the rugby and beggars off. Just goes, leaves it there. It was stuff like this. So many stories like that, but like real physical, real like again a Billy Gibbs, a hard bloke. You know, he was an ex-bin man, and but like a tough guy. Like, and he's my number 6.
Scary number 6. Scary number. Who's your 7?
This is a weird one. I've gone a big 7.
Okay.
Juan Smith. I think Snap with him as well.
Yeah, he did.
He was a hell of a player, Juan Smith. He was massive. He was like 6'4", athlete. Yeah. I don't know who's going to put much pressure on the ball in my back row, but
I don't think they need to, because
no
one would run at these lads.
You're not losing much ball, are you,
like
with that team?
Juan Smith was a little bit like, actually he's probably
Peter Steff.
Exactly. 10 years ago, Peter Steff, and probably no one 10 years ago now, but just a hell of a player. They're a pretty good back row. Sharpberger, you had Danny Rousseau, you had Pierre Spies, who was like the biggest, most athletic number 8 I've ever seen in my life. And but Juan Smith was always the guy. Yeah. He was always the guy, and again, he'd be a good line option. I don't know about getting over the ball, but I don't really need to just bang him on.
He'd be all right. So a small 8, yeah?
Smallish 8. So only 2 caps for the All Blacks, but a guy came to the Ospreys in 2006 called Philo Tiatia. So I don't know if you would have played with his brother. Would you play with Ace?
I came the year, I think, after Ace left. Right, okay. But I've been with Ace before.
Right, yeah.
For a couple of drinks.
Oh yeah, sure, it's fun.
It was interesting.
Quite imagine.
I learned a lot.
Yeah.
As a young lad.
Philo was to that point. He came in. I think we tried to sign him as he's obviously he played 2, but he's a Samoan heritage, and we played Toulouse, and they used to have this big number 8 called Isatola Maka, who was a massive lump, and he'd come on for the last 20 minutes and just like steamroll everyone. So Lynn Jones, our coach at the time, picked Philo as his Isatola Maka, thinking he'd come on. I think Philo was like 35 at the time, but probably closer to 40, and he was he turned out not to be just a ball carrier and all that, but like as a young group of players, he was like almost became like a father figure to us. Like really experienced, like being around the block a long time, being in Japan, played in New Zealand, and he's, again, another hard bloke, like proper tough bloke. To have him, and he was the only guy Jerry would listen to. Okay. So when Jerry was kicking off and being a little bit loose, Philo would be like, Philo and Sally, his wife, actually be like, "Whoa, come here now." Yeah, so
smart. Backs.
Yeah. What do you want to know?
Do you need any? That's the question. Do you need any behind that?
Some of the players you played with at Ospreys were...
That team is incredible. Isn't it?
Yeah.
And you had Justin Marshall, so I was going to wonder whether he would be the 9 in your team.
I think it might be a different bloke who played Wales at that time.
Yeah, I think I will say it was my good friend Michael would be number 9. Yeah, I think, again, just add to the size of it, 6'4". Mate. Probably as angry as all of those.
Yep.
And more aggressive, and actually more aggressive than half of those as
probably
well.
Probably better at picking and going than most.
Yeah, exactly.
These
some of them are a better pass.
It brings the looks up of the team as well.
Oh, he is a good-looking boy. Yeah, they are good-looking boys come off, so aren't they? If you think.
Generally, he's right up there.
Yeah, no, he was brilliant, Michael. Like you would have played against him, I'm sure.
Loads, mate.
Yeah.
Never give it. Well, he was always like, I was like, mate, it's not fair.
No,
like, you shouldn't be playing scrum half. Like I'd have to speak to him up here, but like, you should go and play in the back. Go and play at 12.
And he was so. Yeah, actually, in fairness, he was underrated skill-wise.
Yeah.
He actually, people, especially in Wales, would be like slow pass and all this type of stuff. But he could kick a ball 60 meters.
Strong.
He didn't have to pass. No. Well, he did have to pass, but 9 times out of 10, he was him running into people in the. And he was a player. He was, again, massive competitor.
Yeah.
Massive competitor.
Backed himself, didn't
he? Like the confidence, say confidence, the arrogance. And he was very. He knew.
Well, he backed it up then
with everything. Is that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely everything. Yeah. To his own detriment sometimes after a few beers, but he was again filled in outside McDonald's. But he was he was brilliant. I loved playing with him. We came through a sort of, we missed any age grade stuff.
Yeah.
So we missed any 18s, 19s. We came through 21s together.
Okay.
So we were always quite close, and he's a good friend. He's probably one of the boys I speak to most now out of all my ex-teammates, and he'd be my 9.
Who's your 9? Who's your 10? Because you play with some good 10s.
Again, I have not so much resisted Dan Carter, but I get stuck into snap a lot about Dan Carter.
You do. It's like a running joke at Harlequins that Bomb takes the mickey out of how much worse a player Nick Evans was to Dan Carter. And you remind him of it on a regular basis.
Quite often,
yeah.
Does he bite at it?
No, he knows.
Oh yeah.
He knows. No, what I will say about snap.
Yeah.
I didn't play with Snap in my peak or his peak, but I think I would have loved to have played with Snap. I know you obviously played with him for years, but even the little bit I saw of him in the 2 years I played together with him, I thought, this guy's a player. Take away the time Don Harmon running down in the touchline or whatever it was, or Mitch Lees or the ex. Or
not forgot the Mitch Lees.
He was a hell of a, even if you see him in training, his hands now were just, he was just a brilliant. He kicks the ball so far now to the probably more further than any of our players really. He's phenomenal. I would have loved to have played with him in his pomp. I am going to go, not Dan Carter, and this is a toss up, but because I only played him till he was, I was going to go Sexton. I will go Dan Biggar.
Dan Biggar.
And the reason I went for Dan Biggar was, again, he was a little bit he was 18 when he came at the Ospreys team. 18, probably not long, and he was our 10, and you had a team, 23 internationals, and you got this little spotty little kid bossing you around. And what I love about him is he hasn't changed.
Yeah.
He's the same personality now. See him on the field, his arms going everywhere, and he's very theatric. He was like that back then, even as 18-year-old.
Yeah.
Even to the Jerry Collins wanted to beat him up sometimes. Ryan Jones would regularly want to fill him in. But did I play with him in his pomp? Probably not. I think he probably came through a lot later. But just remembering what he was like as a kid and to see what he's gone and done now, So I'll pick bigger than that.
Who's the player? Let's go wingers. Something you know a load about. Who's your wingers?
I know they're fast. Yeah,
they're fast lads.
I'm going to go with my little friend from
Ammanford,
Shane Williams.
You have to.
Yeah, like
unbelievable, man.
What a player! What a player! Again, going back to that Ospreys team when we had that many players, to go to a guy who's 5'8" and probably 12 stone and go, you have the ball, go and do something,
win us the game,
and do it. It was a joke. 2008 when he won the World Player of the Year, it was just, watch some of the stuff he was doing, he was just like, oh man, this is like, it's almost not real.
Yeah.
Because this, again, but I came through with Neath for him. So 2009 signed Neath, late 99, 2000, and he was just coming through, and he was really famous. But then, and then we ended up playing like 2 Lions tours together. Oh, actually 2 Lions because he toured in 2013 because he was doing corporate.
He was doing
corporate, yeah.
He had his boots.
He was Elvis State.
Smart that.
Yeah, he was. So just amazing player, great, like hard work on a night out.
Okay.
Yeah, hard work on a night out in fairness to him.
But to keep an eye on him.
Have a few phone calls. Can you get me back in, Bomb?
Okay,
I've been filled in by a bouncer or something outside, whatever it is. But it was
his mouth as quick as his feet, maybe.
Yeah. Not as imaginative as his feet. Pretty a little bit more. A little bit more straight.
He dances well with 10 pints.
No, exactly. Yeah. No, but he was a brilliant player.
To be that person that in a brilliant Ospreys team and a brilliant Welsh team, to be the go-to man is quite something, isn't it?
Especially when you're the smallest.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was phenomenal.
Win us the game and he'd go and
literally given the ball. It was like, where's Shane? Amazing. Next year he sidesteps. He's like Shez Colby.
Yeah.
Actually, I met him the other night.
Yeah.
I went to see Wilco and Jerry in Cardiff, and couldn't go over the size of him. Tiny.
Really.
And like he's bumping off Scott Barrett. And
did he have his head guard on?
No, I think he had a hat.
I don't know if I'd recognise him without his head guard on, Colby.
I think there's a thing about the best wingers in the world at the moment all wear head guards. Work that one out. Who's your other winger, mate?
Tommy BOWE.
Tommy BOWE.
Yeah, I love
smart player.
Isn't that a clip of her on?
That's horrendous, isn't it? That's horrendous.
Can we put that in or not?
I don't know if we can.
Now, author Seamus O'Reilly was just 5 years old when he and his 10 siblings...
10 siblings?
...sadly lost their mum.
The best thing about it is he'd be the first person ripping into everyone about that. For him, that I've done him is brilliant. Not so much.
He was a try scorer, mate.
Tommy BOWE, he was a brilliant player. Just really played a lot of 13 with the Ospreys as well.
Yeah.
But just actually good hands. But not the fastest winger in the world, but run good lines. He understands the game really well. Yeah, he was. We had him for 3 years, and he was. Just again, probably not different as Shane, but like he understood the game. If he'd see me as a defender or someone like me, and he'd know how to run the angle to give to get a weak shoulder or whatever it was. But no, he was a class player. And look, I played against many good wingers. I don't know a lot about it, but like a Banner, all these type of guys, Rocker Coco, he's another one I play with the Barbers with. Oh yeah, okay. I get it. Yeah, he's right. Yeah, so he was. I'll go Tommy. Nice.
Smart player.
Actually, very good.
What I like about your team so far, Bob, is so many players you've played with.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
I'm sure there's better players out there, but I feel I'm a better.
Your team, and you feel like you've got a connection.
And he's building a night out.
You're building a night out.
Make sure you say I like the ranking that's coming as a player, and then a ranking that's coming as a night out.
I got some really tough forwards.
Yeah.
For when Mike Phillips and Everly start to fight with someone and Shane, and then they can sort that out.
Yeah. A load of gobby backs and then a load of hard lads that can just fill them in. Who's your 12 and 13, mate?
Oh, I'll go 13. I've got to go Bod.
Yeah,
I got to go. Like lucky enough to play with him on 2 tours. Just
so skillful.
Yeah. I remember we played the first test out in Durban, and we were struggling in 09. I was sat on the bench just thinking. I think I was sitting next to Don O'Callaghan, and I was like, "Why don't we just give the ball to O'Driscoll?" Because every time he touched the ball, he'd do something, and he was just. And again, not a big man, but so physical, just like tough, hard, competitive, brilliant player. Like I don't know whether he'd lost a yard probably towards the end, but compare that sort of the 0-1 Lions to, and you see him making that break and score. When 09, he was probably still quick, but he developed the hands, brilliant over the ball.
12 and 15 left, Bomb.
This guy played 13.
Okay. But no,
I can't choose between Foxy and Jamie around that sort of. I'll go Jacques FOURIE.
Yeah.
Sure, I didn't love him because he was massive and he always seemed to like score tries against us.
I think Snapper picked Jacques FOURIE.
Did he? Yeah. We made Snapper the same sort of era, so when we played.
Which is there's a few similarities.
Jacques FOURIE was he was a freak.
Incredible.
He was a freak. He was big. He's about your dap.
But
yeah. No, I don't know. Imagine
you were similar.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets in as many teams you'd expect as well. You know, when people talk about the greatest, I think he's incredible.
He was a hell of a player. He was even the try he scored in the
corner.
Yeah, against. I was actually in hospital then, which I kind of saw afterwards.
Yeah. When that was.
Do you know what? He would have broke through if you were still on.
No, it was a bit far away from the ruck, to be fair. Unless one had already happened. But
have to protect the ruck.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you don't get through there. No, so Jacques FOURIE be my. I know he's more over 13.
No, I don't mind you playing him at 12.
You know, Nonu. There's some good ones. Nonu, Conrad Smith, De Villiers. You know, these type of guys. I was like,
they'd have interchanged him and Brian O'Driscoll. Your team would have interchanged nicely.
I just think FOURIE to give me the gain line.
Okay, you're 15, Bob.
I'm gonna have to go. Just for what he's done and he's out in our club now.
There you go.
Yeah, Young Pence. Yeah, he was brilliant. He was phenomenal. When I played with him, Lee Halfpenny. So when I played with him, he was ridiculous. That's our last line of defence. You know, we talk about 14-1 or whatever it is now. He was always that one, and he'd be, you know, inevitably, try saving tackles, and unbelievable watching him kick. You know, inevitably we would have won a scrum penalty, so he'd kick for the points, and I'd be stood behind him, and every time it was just straight to die. Lions play the series. When was that?
Such a nice bloke as well.
Yeah, he's brilliant. And it's weird because obviously, however many caps he's had, and I don't know what other Welsh rugby players the Quins boys have had come to their club. They must think they're all really arrogant because they've all been like, oh, Lee Halfpenny's really nice.
Nicest guy
really nice. What do you expect?
Guy in the world.
I love playing with him, and I was, to see what he's done, and 100 tests and Lions 13 series winner, and
Bob, I love what you've done with your team because you've picked with your heart as well, which is nice, and with your head for a night out. So, 1 to 15, Tony Woodcock, Richard Hibbard, Carl Heyman, Alan Wynne-Jones, Paul O'Connell, Jerry Collins, Joanne Smith, Philo Tia, Mike Phillips, Dan Bigger, Shane Williams, Jacques FOURIE, Brian O'Driscoll, Tommy BOWE, and Lee Halfpenny. It's a team, isn't it?
Some team.